So I met with a new social worker today. It was a half-hour session. Somebody asks, what did you talk about in your session? Well, I pulled out my cell phone. I showed a picture of my stepfather and said, HIV! HIV! And he's like, is HIV in the room with you right now? And I showed him the picture of my stepfather. I'm like, HIV! HIV! But seriously. We talked about how I'm very intense, determined, want to be heard. He can see my real determination and desire to succeed. I know some people say, I'm not intense, I'm lazy, I'm watching my life pass me by. But in comparison to a lot of people at this clinic, I'm very intense, determined, and he can see my furious desire to succeed. That was something he really acknowledged. I said how, obviously it's a half-hour session and I'm meeting him this week for the first time. I kind of want to just bombard him with, traumatic event after traumatic event, and I want to tell him my whole life story, but it's impossible in a half hour. But yeah, he said, oh yeah, we're going to see each other next week too. So something else I discussed, obviously, I feel like I'm being lied to by my mother, stepfather, and father. I feel like they're keeping secrets from me. And, I don't want to forgive them because I feel like if I forgive them, I'll be made a fool. So, but I said how my father is getting older and older. He's got a prostate cancer diagnosis. He's sick. He could potentially not be around much longer. Obviously, if my father were to pass away, I'd be heartbroken. I'd be devastated. I love my father very much. And, obviously yes, I feel like my father has deceived me. Yes, I feel like, he narcissistically baits me. Yes, I feel like, I don't want to be made a fool of, but they say forgive your father because you do love him. Forgive him for the things he's lying about. Forgive him because you don't want to have regrets if he passes away. So you don't want to have major regrets, and just try. Nobody has perfect parents. Yeah, but stop protesting. He tells me the truth, and accept. They may be incapable of taking accountability and telling me the truth. Do I want to have no relationship with my father while he passes away? Or do I want to, say, all right, at least I was there for him in his dark times, and even if he is lying about things that took place in my past, in my childhood, well, at least I can say I did the right thing, So that was something else we talked about. I told him how I have hostile dependency. I'm frustrated by my dependency on my parents. That was another thing we talked about. How, I don't know what's worse, sitting in solitude all day, every day, or being around irritable parents all day, every day. They're both pretty bad. That was another thing we talked about.